Alrighty, hello to all of you who are watching this video. If you haven't read the title, this has to do with Fossil Fighters Chapter 6. No, the series is not dead, but something went wrong with the recording. Long story short, after the recording, I decided to have a look at it, and well, it was messed up completely. Like the video was cut off really badly, and the frames were freezing constantly every 5 minutes. So, long story short, the video was not good at all to upload. So, that's where this video comes into play, as this is a summary of what happened in Chapter 6. Does this suck? Yes. But honestly, I would rather do this than leave you guys in the dust. So here is the summary of what happened in Chapter 6. So, in Chapter 6, we basically had to go back to Mount Lava Flow to find the last idol for the little idol collection we've been collecting. As we're going there, the boulders are still there and are blocking our paths. That's when we meet up with Duna again. Duna uses a weird gun ray and destroys the boulders. When we enter the room where Duna breaks the boulder a second time, that's when we find the final idol. But when we find the idol, Duna demands us to give it to her because of what she wants to do with the idols. But because of how hot the lava is, this reveals Duna to be a Dinorian. A Dinorian is a reptilian person. So then once this is revealed, we have to battle her and her battle form into Dinatomians, which are dinosaur robots. We did almost lose, but we still won in the end. So we still keep our W's up. So after we beat Duna, she gets crushed by a boulder, which we then save her from the boulder she got crushed on. After the whole ordeal in Mount Lava Flow, we end up back at Venusaur Island, where it's revealed that the BB Bandits have been released from prison as they escaped. So now the whole island is surrounded by BB Bandits. Which then we have to go to Richmond Building to confront Bulwart again. Which then reveals that he has a legendary Vivosaur named Frigisaurus. So, because this is meant to be a battle that we lose on, we obviously lost because this is meant to progress the story. I'm not counting that as a loss on my end because it's story demanding. So I'm not counting that as a loss. So after we lose to Bulwart, we end up in prison, which were then rescued by the BB Bandits, Snivels, Rex, and Vivian. As to why they're helping us, it's revealed that once Bulwart got his hands on Frigisaurus, he's been treating his minions like utter garbage. This leads to Vivian, Snivels, and Rex basically joining our team to get their revenge on the Frigisaurus. Which is then later revealed that Frigisaurus isn't the only legendary Vivosaur to exist. So, with the help the Chief did, he tells us of an old story that Frigisaurus was a Brachiosaurus, which was frozen in ice for a long time. But because of how harsh the weather conditions were, this caused it to revive back as a Frigisaurus. The same can be said about the other legendary Vivosaur, Ignosaurus. Ignosaurus is a T-Rex that was found in Mount Lava Flow. So, like Frigisaurus, the heat brought it back up as Ignosaurus. So now knowing this information, we go with Rex to Mount Lava Flow again to find the Ignosaurus fossil. Once we found it, Bulwark shows up and decides to use an Imperva Ray to make it not be revived. But thanks to the help of Duna, it was able to be revived once again. And now with Ignosaurus by our side, we were able to fight Bulwark with his team of Frigi, it was Frigi, Salto, and Amargo. So by using Ignosaurus along with 2 other Vivosaurs, we were able to defeat Bulwark and his legendary Frigisaurus. And so once Frigisaurus was defeated, it was able to go back to where it belonged, along with Ignosaurus. Basically, Frigisaurus and Ignosaurus are basically Kyogre and Groudon, but dinosaurs. So then after we were able to stop Bulwark in his evil plan, that was time for the Fossil Stadium. Basically, the final time we fight at Fossil Stadium. So, to summarize this section, it was pretty goddamn easy. Except for the one rule that we were given. In this final set, we were given a rule not to lose a single Vivosaur. If we did, we had to do the battle again. I fucking hate that rule because you have to play perfectly. But because I knew this ahead of time, I had a pretty solid team to defeat the final set. Those being Krona, Tricera, and Nasaur. Using these water types, we were basically able to defeat the 2 battles with no issues. Then it was time for Sorehead himself. Sorehead is a massive difficulty spike if you're not prepared. But again, because I was prepared, this fight was piss easy. As in, I beat him in 3 turns. He uses a team of Pelto, Pachyrhino, and Guang. Guang is his worst one because of the Great Unmasking move it gets. Great Unmasking is a move that transforms Guang into T-Rex. You can tell why people did not like this fight growing up. But because I knew this from playing it before, we beat him in 3 turns by using Krona as our offenser and basically killed his dinosaurs in basically 3 turns. This, of course, gives us the final rank of champion level. So basically, we're now a master fighter in Chapter 7. And that right there is basically the summary of Chapter 6. I really am sorry to anyone who's watching this, really hoping to see this chapter. I really am sorry, but again, the video got badly messed up and I just could not upload it. I mean, I wouldn't even be surprised if people don't even watch the summary of this video, but hey, you guys came. I didn't ask you to show up. Well, you know what I mean if you're not going to watch it, but you get my point. So that's basically the summary of Chapter 6. I do hope to those who did watch this at least now know that we are on Chapter 7 and we're now on the same page. So with that done, I do hope you at least did give this a listen, so to when we upload the next videos, we'll be on the same page and not be confused as to why is there a massive jump skip. So obviously I'll be leaving a link to Lilith and Uko's channel since they're a part of this collaboration, and I'll also be giving a special shout out to Wolfie, the Winged Wolf, for making this art that you're seeing in this video. This is actually new art that was made by Wolfie. So I'll be leaving a link to his channel in the description as well as a special shout out. So yeah, I hope you at least gave this a listen to now know that Fossil Fighters is still around and that we're on Chapter 7. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you did, leave a like, hit the bell, and comment down below. So yeah, I'll be seeing y'all later.